when it comes to being proactive, we talk about the recruiting process as a journey because that's what it is. Okay, it takes a lot of work in the recruiting process, and oftentimes, as families, as student athletes, the assumption can be that, hey, my high school coach, my club coach is going to handle that work for me. And that's not always the case, although we would like it to be, although we want our high school or our club coach to give us all the help possible. We simply cannot always put it fully in their hands because of the amount of work that it takes in the recruiting process. Now, David, typically we want to value our high school coaches, our club coaches as a resource and give them a pivotal role in our process, but not entirely give them the ownership.
Yeah, it's really be on a student athlete, number one, even ahead of the parents, I think, in the situation, right? Student athlete needs to be the one driving the bus and really in control of this process. I think the best approach that you can have is talk to your high school coach, talk to your club coach, your travel coach, and let them know, hey, I'm interested in playing in college. What help might you be able to provide for me, or what connections do you have? Again, depending on the tenure or the experience of that high school coach or that club coach, some coaches may know hundreds of college coaches. Some coaches may only know a couple. Some may not even know any. So again, it's important to have that conversation with your coach and find out first and foremost, what part will they play? Some coaches are going to be super hands-on. They're going to be, being a huge advocate for you. They're going to be sending your video out. They're going to be sending information to coaches. Others aren't going to play much of a part at all, and they're going to leave it up to you to do. So the first thing to really do, again, have that conversation with your coach, figure out what role will they play in recruiting, but don't solely rely on them to get you recruited. Even the coaches that do know college coaches, they may only have a limited number of coaches in their network or that they have connections to. And those schools or those coaches, those programs may not be the right fit for what you're looking for as a student athlete. So again, a coach can be a huge resource. Certainly you want to leverage any connections they may have, use them as someone to be a reference for you if a college coach needs to speak out. But I think it's important, again, have that conversation with your coach. Ask them what role they can play, what help they can provide, but don't just sit there and rely on your coach to be doing all the legwork. Again, that coach is probably coaching a bunch of other kids that are interested in playing in college. They've probably got a job, they've got a family, they've got a lot of things they're worrying about and they've got to take care of for themselves, that it's not always their number one priority to help you get recruited. So again, have that conversation, Philip. I think that's a good starting point to know what role will your coach play in recruiting and how much of this am I going to have to really handle myself versus how much can I maybe rely on a little bit of help from a coach.
Absolutely. As a summary, the high school or club coach can't play for you. So you shouldn't be giving them the entire ownership of your process. Now, they can, again, help you get better. Okay. They can help out along the way. So again, make sure you facilitate that help instead of giving that entire basis of ownership to that coach.